Why, and, okay, scuff. Hello, hi, welcome. You didn't think this would start like this, huh? Okay, if you're new here, hi, I'm FEARSONA. You can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood true crime vtuber. And here to mess up my intro because my stream deck is just, I don't know what's going on. I have to fix this. I know I have to fix this, but the problem is I am lazy, so I don't fix it. I mean, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, go away. I don't know. Comment. Oh god. Okay, so I know I messed up. It's okay. Nothing new. Hello. Well, if you're here, you are locked in. You can't leave anymore. You had a chance to escape. You have, you know, wasted it. So now you're staying. Welcome to another true crime stream. We do have another case from Japan. I did cover another case, like a different case from Japan last week on my Patreon, and that one is sort of connected to this one. So also, Shai, thank you so much for 5 gifted memberships. Congratulations to everyone who got the membership. You cannot leave now because you have a membership. You are a part of this community. So first, we have like a couple of things on the agenda. So first things first, did you guys know that bulls are colorblind? You know what that means? Because I just looked it up and I just realized, you know what this means? Bulls are colorblind, which means they don't get angry seeing color red. Which means it's not the stupid cloak, it's the asshole that's waving the cloak. So the matador or whatever it's called. Yeah, like, so bulls don't get angry at the red color. They're just like, asshole, get out of my way. Why are you waving this in front of my face? Get out of my face. That's it. That's what I wanted to tell you guys. No, so this is one thing on the agenda. The other thing is we still have that new fancy schmancy wallpaper, this one, but I have to hide it because YouTube might who knows, it might ban my my video. So this wallpaper is available to my Platinum, Ruby, and Diamond tier Patreon members. If you want to have access to additional content, like additional streams, weekly streams, events, wallpapers, and more, you can check out my Patreon. Well, you know, it's I think it's fun. We did cover another, which brings me back to the other case that we covered that is gonna be connected to today's case. Last week I covered the case of Kobe child murders, which happened in 1997, and it kind of connects to this one, today's case, because it both of them have a teenager who became a murderer. And another thing, at the end of the month, I'm gonna have an event. I'm not sure what the event is gonna be, but an event for my Patreon members. Again, Platinum, Ruby, and Diamond. We have a lot of stuff for Platinum, Ruby, and Diamond tiers. But there is gonna be an event, and I am planning to give away one desk kind of pad or gaming pad. I don't know how to call it, but with this artwork, and another like an acrylic standee. So yeah, this is gonna be, it's gonna be an event. I was going to do it, like I was going to make it into a competition, so that you guys can compete, like, you know, like my Patreon members can have some fun, can compete, and then like the winner is gonna get the nice merch. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to say, and then now we can move on to the case. So let's get right into it. Okay, so it's June 1st, 2004, and it's just another day at Okubo Elementary School, located on the hillside of Yumihari Dake in Sasebo, Nagasaki Prefecture. During the second period break, 12-year-old Satomi Mitarai was scribbling a secret message on a piece of paper. And she wanted to, in that message, she was expressing that she wanted to leave her friend group's shared diary exchange. And listen, I know you guys might think like, what is shared diary exchange? Like, what is this like, ancient way to communicate with your friends? We have social media now, right? Yes, in the age of social media, group chats, and smartphones, it might sound silly, but to Satomi and her friends, having that like physical shared diary where they exchanged conversations and secret confessions and like her likes, dislikes, it just meant a lot. You know, it cemented their friendship. It was like a secret club and it was so much fun. But recently it stopped being fun because her relationship with this one particular friend started to be the source of some very strange and unpleasant conversations that Satomi just didn't want to continue. Also, thank you so much, Shai Shai, for another supa. And Shai Shai said, sadly, the bulls are also in constant pain from the literal pins in their, oh my god, yeah, I know, in their nether regions. Jesus, the abuse is real. Okay, I hate it. Like, it's just people being assholes to animals, and I absolutely do not support this practice. And please, I hope it stops someday, because it's like, it's just pointless. Okay, going back to the case. So she recently started having these like very strange conversations with this one friend in that group, and this was essentially why she wanted to leave. And the note she was writing was then passed to the friend in question. And the friend was actually 11-year-old Natsumi Tsuji. So Natsumi read the note, looked at Satomi, and asked her, well, quote, why not just quit everything altogether? End quote. What does that mean? What do you mean? Satomi thought. And she was about to ask Natsumi, but then, you know, the next period started and she just didn't get a chance. Well, I mean, that's okay. I'll just, you know, she's just gonna ask her at lunch break. And this is what she did. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes, great. My slides are all over the place. So Satomi decided like, okay, I'm just gonna ask her at lunch break. It's fine. So 12:15 rolled around, and as the classes ended, preparations for lunch started. Satomi was about to join her group of friends when Natsumi approached her, asking her to come to a study room that was about 50 meters away from the 6th grade classroom they were originally in. But something about Natsumi's attitude seemed off. Quote, you have a cocky attitude. Come here for a moment. End quote, she said. So Satomi complied, thinking, you know what, whatever. It's actually the perfect opportunity to tell Natsumi about the taking break from this shared diary, so I'll just go. We're just gonna talk. I'm gonna get over this and, you know, get this over with and come back to my friends. As they entered the empty classroom, Natsumi immediately closed the curtains in order to make the room darker, which, you know, it was weird. Like, it only weirded Satomi out even more. Like, what is this girl doing? Can we just talk and go back to the class? But again, whatever. This is annoying. Let's just get this talk over with so that we can go back outside, eat lunch, and just go on with our lives, right? So Satomi sat on a chair, expecting Natsumi to do the same, so they can finally talk. But suddenly, Natsumi walked up to Satomi from behind and covered her eyes with one hand. A second later, Satomi took a box cutter knife and slashed Satomi's neck and left, you know, like with her left hand from behind. Yep. She slashed her throat. And it didn't end there, because Natsumi wasn't done. When Satomi jumped up from pain and tried to defend herself by, you know, flailing her arms, It only further aggravated Natsumi, who continued to slash at her repeatedly until Satomi collapsed in a pool of her own blood. Natsumi didn't immediately leave the room. For the next 15 minutes, she tried to wipe her classmates' blood from her own hands with this little handkerchief while looking at Satomi's lifeless body. The perpetrator then squatted and touched Satomi's neck to check her pulse and confirm for sure that she was dead. Well, I mean, as much as she could, because she wasn't a medical professional. And actually, Satomi was still alive at the time. It's just, I guess it was really hard. Like, it was hard to feel for pulse, and especially, like, it was hard to find the right spot on her neck because the neck was so deeply slashed. Well, I mean, she wasn't moving anymore, so she's probably dead. Whatever, I'm gonna go back to class. That's what Natsumi thought. Meanwhile, in the other classroom, Satomi and Natsumi's homeroom teacher noticed at around 12:35 p.m. that both of the girls were missing. Lunch break is about to start. They should hurry back to the classroom, otherwise they won't be able to eat, and, you know, they're gonna be hungry and grumpy for the rest of the day. And just as the teacher headed for the door to look for the girls, she heard the sound of someone running in the hallway, approaching the room. And what happened next didn't immediately register in the teacher's mind. You know, like, it's this kind of situation you would never expect to witness. And when you do, it all happens in slow motion. It's that shocking to your brain that it doesn't really, like, immediately register what is happening. It's processing the information, but it's not really there. It's like, it's not believing that this is happening. So there, at the entrance, stood Natsumi, and she was covered in blood. She was still gripping the bloodied box cutter in one hand and a blood-soaked handkerchief in the other. Even the hems of her trousers were darkened, as if she had dipped them in water. Like, that's what they described, as if she would, like, her pants, her trousers were dipped in water, but except this wasn't water. So the teacher immediately took the knife from Natsumi's hands and started frantically checking her student for any injuries. She started checking her hands, her body, everything, but she couldn't find any injuries. So puzzled, the teacher then asked Natsumi what had happened, to which she quietly responded, quote, "It's not my blood. It's not me," end quote. So the girl then told the teacher to check the study room. Sorry, so stupid. My slides are just going all over the place. So the girl, you know, told the teacher, Natsumi told the teacher to check the study room. Oh my god. I apologize. My Stream Deck is acting really strange. Okay. Wait, what? That kid wasn't even fazed of being covered in blood. So, like, it's the reports are actually kind of weird. Like, oh, some of them said, like, oh, because she was in so much shock and she looked like she was crying. Others say, like, oh, she was completely calm. Like, she was just standing there. She's just like, all right, it's not my blood. But others say, actually, like, she was shouting, like, it's not me, it's not me, it's not my blood. Or she was, like, in shock and she was about to cry. But regardless, she told the teacher, okay, check the other study room. And when the teacher rushed to the scene, she witnessed another sight that would be forever engraved in her memory. Lying on the floor, surrounded by blood, was Satomi, and she showed no signs of life. And the teacher screamed 3 times, "Ambulance!" to, like, whoever was listening, while dropping to her knees at Satomi's side and attempting to stop the bleeding, which was very, like, it was just excessive. It was hard to even see where the blood was coming from, like, obviously her neck, but she also had other injuries, so it was really hard to tell, like, where is the blood, like, which wound is the worst, so that, you know, she can block the blood from spilling out. Whatever happened next felt like an out-of-body experience. There were screams in the hallway, other teachers and staff members running around trying to report the horrific incident to the vice principal. because the principal was actually away at the time. When one of the teachers talked to him, to the vice principal, the vice principal thought that this cannot be real, right? This is a joke. Someone is just pulling a prank. He simply couldn't believe something like that had happened at this small, quiet school in a remote area. He made his way to the scene to confirm. He didn't notice it at the time, but on his way to the crime scene, he actually walked by Natsumi, who was still covered in Satomi's blood. He first saw the victim bleeding out on the floor while her homeroom teacher was gripping onto the body, trying to stop the bleeding, trying to find the source of the bleeding. The vice principal then looked around the study room and he could only describe the site as a bloodbath because blood was everywhere in that room. And I mean like floor, there were like spatters of blood even on the walls. That's how much like blood she had lost, and that's how brutal this murder was. So police were called to, well, I mean, police, like we need to call the police. That's what the vice principal thought. And the vice principal called the emergency services. But during the call at 12:43 p.m., he was in such a shock, so distraught that he really struggled to accurately explain the situation over the phone. An ambulance was dispatched eventually, but it was 4 kilometers away from the school, so it would take at least like several minutes to reach the school. Also, IDK Bacon, thank you so much for the supa. F for the teachers and students that had to deal with that shit and probably now needs to talk to a shrink every week. Oh, absolutely. Like I think there's like they still kind of honor Satomi to this day every year, like the anniversary of the tragedy. And the teacher was like I saw some pictures of the teacher that found her, and she was also saying like, oh, it still feels like it was yesterday, like it doesn't go away. Okay, so the ambulance was rushing to the school, but it was 4 kilometers away, so it would take at least several minutes to reach it. The vice principal was so panicked that he called the emergency line again at 12:50, and it was actually a minute before the ambulance arrived. Meanwhile, teachers and staff told the students to remain in their classrooms. They also closed all the curtains and doors to prevent any of the children from seeing the gruesome sight, even though some of them had already seen it. And then at 12:51, the paramedics arrived at the scene. And here I'm not sure why this kind of decision was made, but apparently after having gathered all the information from those involved, paramedics decided not to transport Satomi. Like they didn't take the body, and well, they didn't take Satomi was still like a little bit like alive at this time, from as far as I know, but for some reason they decided not to take not to take Satomi to the hospital, and instead they called the sasebo police station, saying that the school was now an active crime scene, which I assume like, oh, okay, she had passed away. Like I think I saw in one of the articles, I actually saw that it was very hard, like because of how much her neck was slashed, it was like very hard for even the paramedics to find pulse to determine whether or not she was alive. And yeah, like I didn't see the information if she was already dead when they arrived or not, but for some reason, a decision was made, like they made a decision to leave the body just there and just not like stay at the scene, but like call the police and be like, okay, this is an active crime scene, we're not gonna move anything. And so I assume she was just dead already. So the next part is actually so incredibly sad. So sometime between the teachers finding out about the incident and the vice principal calling the ambulance, one of the teachers also called Satomi's father to inform him about what had happened to his child, right? And this is how he later described the horrifying moment when he arrived at the scene. He said, quote, "When I arrived, Satomi was already lying there collapsed. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I can't put in words what I'm feeling right now. I can't understand it at all. I don't have a clue." So even like the saddest part is that several years back, I think 3 years back, Mr. Kyoji Mitarai, so the Satomi's father's wife and Satomi's mother had passed away. And so Satomi was quite literally his whole family and his precious child. She would always cheer him up. She was there for him when, you know, when his wife couldn't be because she passed away from cancer, I believe. And, you know, Satomi was his connection to his late wife, who he loved so much. And I don't think that words can really describe his mental state when he heard over the phone that Satomi was gone, or possibly gone. And I don't think anyone can really imagine what he experienced, like what kind of dark place his mind had gone to when he heard this. Okay, so in all of this chaos, you know, the body, you know, still being in the hallway, the paramedics securing the scene, the students locked up in classrooms, and everyone just waiting for the police to arrive. The perpetrator, Natsumi Tsuji, was just standing there. Like, she was just standing in the hallway, motionless. She was still covered in the victim's blood, and she was not doing anything. And another teacher, not realizing that Natsumi was the attacker, she thought that this girl was just an innocent witness. She probably touched the body, and that's why she was covered in blood, and she just looked like she was in shock. So this teacher, she said like, she looked like she was about to cry. So the teacher just took her kind of to the stairs, and she kind of ordered her to sit on the stairs. And then Natsumi spoke with apparently a trembling voice, as if she was talking to herself. Like, it seemed like she was talking to the teacher, but really it sounded like she was talking to herself. And she said, quote, "Call an ambulance. Satomi is going to die," end quote. But then she turned to the teacher and asked, quote, "What's going to happen to me?" End quote. I mean, a lot is going to happen. I mean, hopefully you're gonna be taken away because you did this. So the teacher then took Natsumi to the nurse's office on the first floor and had her wash her hands, which was, in retrospect, it's not like it isn't good for the investigation. Like, you're not supposed to do that because, well, I mean, the teacher didn't know that Natsumi was the perpetrator, but like, had she known, you wouldn't be able, right? Like, she shouldn't have washed her hands or shouldn't have changed her clothes. But she went to the nurse's office on the first floor, and she had Natsumi wash her hands and gave her a change of clothes. Later, the teacher brought Natsumi back to the paramedics and to the police, who were asking everyone about the incident. And when asked if anyone knew the details of the incident, Natsumi just... okay. So Natsumi just calmly replied, quote, "I cut her with a cutter knife," end quote. Just, you know, just as a matter of fact. Yeah, I did it. I did. Like, that's me. That was me. So later when she was passed to the police officers for questioning, which took about 40 minutes, she apparently explained the following. Quote, "I prepared to kill her on Saturday and planned to kill her on Monday," which is a school holiday, "but I thought I would get caught, so I did it today. I waited until she died, then returned to the classroom so I wouldn't be caught. I was unsure whether to stab her with an awl, or strangle her, but I chose the cutter knife because it was more certain. I covered her eyes with my left hand and cut her." Yeah, why? So she apparently saw the same kind of like later she also explained to, I'm not sure if she explained it to the police officers or the lawyer or her lawyer or something, but she apparently saw the same kind of murder in a TV drama the night before, and so she used it as a reference to plan her own crime. After hours of securing the scene, questioning everyone inside the school building and questioning the perpetrator, police finally allowed parents to take their kids home. This is like between, I don't know, like the murder happened at 12:30, right? Like 12:15, 12:30. Eventually, like all the students were basically locked up in the school for hours, and they were allowed to go home after 4 p.m., so hours later. Well, not the most complex murder plot. Well, I mean, it doesn't seem so now, but the case is a little, the motive is a little complicated. And plan her crime is probably the overstatement of the century. If you meant like, yeah, if you meant like the murder, like the method, yeah, it was pretty simple. She's just like, okay, I'm just gonna slash her throat, and then I'm gonna, I don't know, even though I'm covered in blood, I'm gonna just like run away so that I don't get caught. But then it's very clear, hey, like you're covered in blood, like, come on. That is, like, it was you. And you admitted to it, so... I mean, yeah, perfect plan, I guess. But then the police can track you with a weapon, because if she really didn't want to get caught, she would have used a weapon that would have no traces. Yeah, and she was still gripping on the box cutter. So, like, when she came back to the classroom, she was still holding onto the murder weapon. It was pretty clear, like, she didn't try to hide it. Okay, so as I said, like after hours of questioning, securing the scene, police finally let parents take their kids home at around like after 4 p.m. And meanwhile, Natsumi was taken to the police station and slept in the women's staff room overnight because they quite literally, like they weren't sure what's gonna happen to her next, and they didn't know what to do with her. Like they couldn't like just let her go home. But at the same time, they're like, well, we can't put like a little girl in our, like in jail. You know, she's 11 years old. Like, let's take her to the station. Let's, you know, keep her at the station overnight, but, you know, just make her comfortable because we quite literally, we don't know what's gonna happen. And then Masatoshi Nakamura, the director of the Sasebo Child Consultation Center, spoke to Natsumi Tsuji, and this is what he revealed about the girl and her reason for attacking the victim. So this is what he said, quote, "Based on my impression from the interview, she is just an ordinary girl. She can converse with us and was raised in a typical family. We are shocked by this turn of events." However, he also added that quote, "She is a child who can't express her thoughts well. It seems she can't clearly say no even when troubled." Okay, so what does that have to do with the murder? Who the fuck knows? Because I guess like the relationship, I'm gonna explain that in a minute, but like the relationship between the girls, like what is happening, because I'm not sure what this had to do with anything. There was also this, oh god, okay. So, okay, I'm gonna just talk about this, and then I'm gonna go over the other thing that just like blew up because everyone was so pissed about this. Kronos says, "When I was a kid, all I had in my mind was dinner and what toys to play with." Yeah, I was just like, oh, food, play, maybe homework if I had some homework to do. I don't know. Could it be a translation error? I have no idea. Like this is, it's like, yes, it's translated, so like it's weird. Like it might sound weird, but you know. So Nakamura also revealed that Natsumi confessed to some more crucial things that happened between her, Satomi, and several other classmates before the murder. So the two girls joined a shared internet bulletin board, but at one point there was a rift between the two, so Satomi and Natsumi, because of some comments they had exchanged. So it was like beyond that physical kind of diary exchange, right? It's like now it went to the internet, the online space, right? Like the comments. 4 days prior to the murder, Satomi in one of her posts started mocking Natsumi, just like various reasons. But then she called her a quote goody goody, end quote. And I don't know what it was in reference to. I couldn't find that comment. Like I wanted to find the full comment to know like, oh, what is this in reference to? Like, why is Natsumi a goody goody or whatever? And apparently she also called Natsumi fat, like a fatty or something, a couple of times in different situations. And in response to this, Natsumi posted on her own page the following, quote, "They are despicable, stupid people. I am so sick and tired of my class," end quote. And then she continued about the victim, quote, "So stuck up and so ugly and fat," end quote. So in another comment, she had written something very, very confusing, but also very disturbing. And I don't think it's the mistranslation, because I was looking at the Japanese and, yeah, I was looking at the Japanese version and it was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense like that. So this is what she wrote, quote, "Killing humans is unforgivable and I won't do it. Well, what crap are you talking about?" End quote. It was very weird. Like this comment just, yeah, like even the original, like it was pretty weird. So it is what it is. So when asked about the post, Natsumi said, quote, "I didn't think what she wrote on the homepage was funny. So I called her out of the classroom. I meant to kill her," end quote. It's, yeah, like she was contradicting herself a lot. But in her confession to the police and lawyers, like it was very clear that, you know, she was very clear, like, yes, I wanted to kill her. Also, I see that Alberto is asking about the goody goody comment. I think it's because in Japanese it just makes more sense. Like it is a, yeah, like, oh, goody two shoes, I guess, like, oh, that kind of thing. But like, oh, goody goody. Okay, so Natsumi was more clear to, like, very clear to her lawyers, to the police, like, yes, I meant to kill her. You know, this was my motive. And she also told the lawyers that right before the murder, she actually had attempted to blindfold Satomi, but that didn't work out. Like, she couldn't blindfold her. So she just opted for covering Satomi's eyes with one hand and slashing her throat with the other hand holding the box cutter. Mind you, the investigation revealed that this was not the first time Natsumi used a box cutter to threaten and hurt someone. So she had apparently threatened a male classmate with a box cutter before, when he tried to see what book she was reading at school, which is, I mean, it seems like she has some issues, you know, like it was pretty exaggerated, like an exaggerated reaction to someone just trying to, unless he, like, no, not unless, that sounds bad, like, not unless, like, don't like stab people with a box cutter, don't attack people and threaten people with a box cutter, like, period, just don't do it, because it's stupid, walk away. But, you know, like, even if he was like mocking her or mocking the book that she was reading, like, was this necessary? No. Was this a necessary reaction? Absolutely not. But yeah, like, she apparently, like, he would just wanted to see what book she was reading, and then she like threatened him with a box cutter. Some issues. You sure you didn't mean all of the issues? Oh, a lot of issues. Absolutely, a lot of issues. This happened, but nothing was done about. I guess they just downplayed it. It was just kind of like, you know, like, teachers didn't want to jump to the worst, like, worst case scenario for some. I mean, yes, there were signals. That's the thing. There were signs, there were signs, there were signals. Just like with, what's his name? Shinichiro Azuma. So Shinichiro Azuma was the murderer in the case that I was talking about on Patreon. And it was very similar. Like, he was showing signs, like, he was torturing animals. He was pretty, like, weird and you know, like, violent to his friends. And the teachers got signals. Like, if you're a Patreon member, you know, because you've probably watched the case and you've probably listened to the stream. Watch the stream, listen to the case. Not... Yes, you know, watch the case, listen to the stream. Like, what is wrong with me? So anyway, like when I talked about the other case from 1997, the Kobe child murders, like the perpetrator actually was torturing animals for years, and there were like signals. And from the school was like calling his mother so often, and they told her like, hey, this is, you know, he's behaving in XYZ way, like please do something about it. And you know, the mother was just like pleading with them, and they didn't do anything until something happened, because he murdered 2 people. So yeah, you can, if you're interested in that case, you can check it out on my Patreon. Okay, so Natsumi's family noted that her personality had changed quite a lot in the past few months. She had quit attending the basketball club that she really loved up until that point. Like out of the blue, she just quit, and she was spending a lot of her time, like most of her time actually, on the internet, on the computer. But was this the catalyst for the murder? That is actually unclear. We don't know what the relationship between Satomi and Natsumi was, you know, privately offline, right? Like there was a rift already. And I am losing my voice, so this is gonna be great. I sound like a toaster. Wait, let me just take a sip of my from my drink. Teachers need to make sure their students don't have any issues, or else this happens. I think the teachers definitely have to be very attentive, and you know, talk to the parents about any concerning signs. I'm not saying, oh, you know, just scold the students and like immediately jump to like, well, the student is violent and should be removed from the school. No. I mean like, okay, well, the student was violent towards someone. Let's get to the bottom of this. What caused this? Is there any trouble at home? Is there any trouble between friends? Can we, you know, involve a therapist? Can we like consult with the parents and see what's happening there? You know, don't kind of sweep it under the rug. Definitely don't ignore it. Like if you're a teacher, don't ignore it. Just like bring up your concerns to the parents and try to solve the issues, and not solve the issue and not like fucking, you know, ignore it and pray that nothing bad is gonna happen. Like just hope for the best. It's like, what the, no. Also, please don't, oh yeah, okay. And the balance between teacher and parents is hard to maintain. Oh, absolutely. Like I know it's not the easiest. Like I can only imagine. Like the teacher's work is not the easiest. The parents' work is not the easiest, and you know, there has to be balance, right? Like where does the teacher's authority end and the parent, or where does the, I don't know. Okay, it makes sense. It made sense in my head. Don't judge me. Okay. And okay, yeah, okay. So let's get back to the case again. What was the catalyst of the murder? We don't know. We don't know if it was like, oh, Natsumi being online, chronically online all the time, or it was like a rift between them offline, like just in real life and in the comments on that bulletin board or something. So that remains unclear. So while talking about this case, I was referring to the victim and the perpetrator by their full names, right? But actually under Japanese law, Natsumi as a minor could not be publicly named. And so police and media were referring to her officially as Girl A. It is the same as with the Koba child murders, where the perpetrator was 14 years old and he was referred to by the media and police publicly as Boy A. And this was also, so this was actually like it was a source of kind of frustration to the public, because they're like, we want to know their name. Like, why are they allowed to be anonymous? Why are they allowed to be like, yeah, okay, there are kids, but like clearly, especially the Boy A. So like in the other case, it was just so frustrating because this kid was not behaving like a kid. Like he planned things out. He had like notes sent to the police. He had notes sent to the public newspapers, and he was like taunting people, and he was very much like planning out more murders. So you know, people were rightfully very mad about it, because they're like, how is he allowed to have privacy? How is he allowed to have a life, you know, like anonymity, when he's done something so horrifying? And I get the frustration. At the same time, yeah, he, you know, this girl is still a kid. She did something horrible, but she is still a kid. So I guess, like, oh, I don't know. It's hard to tell, like, which way is right, which way is wrong. Also, in accordance with the law, because Natsumi was under 14 years old, she could not be held criminally responsible for, and would instead face a juvenile trial at a family court. So several months later, wait, let me just, so they named her because of her shirt. I'm gonna get to that. This is the interesting part, and also like very, very dumb kind of thing that just the result, the aftermath of this crime. But Baxter, I was a violent kid growing up, and I never crossed that line. Granted, it was more self-hatred, but I would lash out of those at those I saw as hurting me. This is terrible and has very few clear answers. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like that's what I said. Like that's why I said, like, oh, it's very hard to find that balance. And I think it's like, oh, it's not good to sweep it under the rug. I think it's good to like get to the bottom of the issue, right? Like the true issue, like what is happening, what is really going on in the child's life, right? Oh, can we address this? Can we get to the bottom of it? And can we solve it before, I don't know, it gets out of control or something like this? Like this case. How do you not hold someone criminally liable for murder? Well, yes, she was 11, so according to the law, she wasn't going to be, like, she was going to face a juvenile trial at a family court. And several months later, in September 2004, it was announced that girl A had been sentenced to a juvenile correctional facility and was ordered to undergo counseling as part of her rehabilitation program. It was clear to the court that Natsumi had planned Satomi's murder with intent, but it could not be ignored that the perpetrator was influenced by some mental health issues. Natsumi was actually diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, to name one, mental health condition. There were several things, but like Asperger's syndrome was the most notable one. Some of those mental health issues were fueled and influenced by the gore and horror content Natsumi had immersed herself in. For example, death-themed flash animation Red Room. It was like this website, this scary website that you just go through, like some kind of weird internet, like browser game, as well as the controversial novel and show and drama Battle Royale, where, like, apparently she was a huge fan. She just immersed herself in the Battle Royale universe, where young students fight to the death. So she was kind of like super into that. And another drama where she saw the person like slashing someone's throat, like one character slashing someone, like another character's throat, right? Like, and that inspired her to use this method on Satomi. And as for the school and Satomi's parents, on March 18th, 2005, a graduation ceremony was held at the Okubo Elementary School, where each student received a graduation album with a blank page dedicated to Satomi Mitarai's memory, and also another blank page for Natsumi Tsuji's, I guess for Natsumi Tsuji. So students were especially encouraged to fill this blank page in, the Satomi's page, with Satomi's pictures and their shared memories of her. And at the ceremony, Satomi's father accepted her graduation certificate, which was granted to her posthumously. I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't judge me. Posthumously, is that the word? Possibly is. I don't know. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. So Satomi's father accepted the graduation certificate on her behalf, while holding a portrait of his daughter at the ceremony. And this is that picture. Natsumi was also granted by the way, like Natsumi was also granted the certificate, as it is required in Japan to enter junior high school. And the school believed that this would help her with her, quote, reintegration into society, end quote, someday. After 4 years spent in involuntary confinement, Natsumi was granted house arrest in 2008. And then in 2013, it is known that she was released, like fully released. She changed her name and moved with family to an undisclosed location. So the story, as I said, like you guys talked about it in the comments, it is in the title. The story doesn't exactly end there, because several years after the murder, when Natsumi's actual full name leaked out, as well as some class photos of her and the victim made it to the internet, one photo caused quite a stir, and this is that photo. So there's a group photo in which Satomi and Natsumi are standing kind of like, right, like in the group. And in that photo, Natsumi is wearing a sweatshirt that says Nevada, which is actually a University of Nevada, Reno sweatshirt. This, in turn, soon made it to Japanese web communities like 2channel, where people started referring to Natsumi as Nevada-tan. And the tan, like T-A-N suffix, is a childlike pronunciation of the Japanese honorific tan, which is typically used to refer to young girls. So she was being referred to as Nevada-tan. And Nevada-tan suddenly became the subject of an internet meme. And people started drawing her in manga style. They were like, oh, this young yandere kind of, not even yandere, like, yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah, like she's this cute girl, but then, oh, she's, you know, she slashed her friend. And yeah, like they started drawing her in like manga and anime style, in different like artworks, memes. They started making memes, and some people even cosplayed Natsumi in the Nevada-tan sweatshirt while covered in blood. Like this one picture on the left, this is like the infamous picture, because this is actually cosplay. That's not her. Like a lot of people mistake it for the real picture. This is actually someone cosplaying Nevada-tan. And you can see that, you know, she's covered in blood, and there's still like box cutter in her like in the hoodie's kind of pocket. So yeah, like people started cosplaying this, just looking like Natsumi looked on the day that she murdered Satomi. So while many internet users found it harmless and even like funny for some reason, others expressed their anger that this child killer shouldn't be glorified and, you know, turned into some character to cosplay. They shouldn't be turned, like this person shouldn't be turned into like manga or anime character that you can just cosplay and have fun with and, I don't know, make into memes and stuff. And I think the outrage was so big that at one point, even the University of Nevada itself stopped selling the infamous Nevada sweatshirt for a while, you know, in order to discourage people from using it for Nevada-tan cosplay. And that is it. That is the end of this case. Actually, like, all the pictures, mind you, like, I think the only real picture of Nevada-tan or whatever, like, the real picture of Natsumi and Satomi is, the only real picture is actually this one. This is, like, the only real picture. You can't really tell, like, yeah, you can kind of see their faces, but because it's, like, low quality, you can't really make out the features, right? All the other pictures, I think, like, definitely the picture that I showed at the beginning, because there's this picture that is circulating a lot, and it's supposedly this, like, this is supposedly Natsumi Tsuji, but honestly, it's also not confirmed. Like, I don't know if this is her. Yeah, like, I put it here. I should have said it at the beginning of the stream, but this might not actually be her. Like, it is the most kind of like, oh, the people claim that it's her, but it actually might not be. I don't think it is. Like, it doesn't, like, kind of reminds me of the one in the group photo, but not really. There's another one. So the other picture that might be her because it looks kind of like her in that sweatshirt is this one. So it's possible, like that's another one that is unconfirmed. I should have labeled the first one unconfirmed because like I'm not actually sure. Like everyone is trying to, like for years people have been like trying to dig up pictures and find her. There were like, I saw some pictures that, one picture that claimed like, oh, this is a picture of Natsumi Tsuji and her family, but it's also unconfirmed. So the only real picture is this one. So this actually, like Natsumi actually looks similar to the one in the uniform. So possibly, if you really look closely, like mind you, if you look up pictures, especially, yeah, like this one, the Nevada, like this one, this picture, right? If you look them, like if you really look at those pictures, a lot of them are edited. Like the face of Nevada-tan is like edited. It looks like AI or something, because like a lot of people, like I think the official, like the police release or like media were kind of like editing her face to hide her identity because they couldn't really like, reveal her identity according to the law. So this was, it was really interesting. As I said, like I don't know if any of the, aside from the group photo, I don't know if any of the pictures are actually her. Those are circulating, claiming that they are the pictures of the real Nevada-tan, but I don't know if that's true. So the only real one is the Nevada kind of, you know, the group photo. That's it. I honestly didn't know. I was just very shocked. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, about the case. Yeah, this case was just like, what the fuck? Hey, why is our Nevada sweatshirt being sold so much? Well, because of an 11-year-old murderer. What? No, shut it down. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure like the University of Nevada, I think they got a lot of messages. They saw a lot of bad rap about this shirt. The sweatshirt was getting like sold out. Like I was reading about this, the sweatshirt was getting like sold out constantly, especially at the height of the Nevada-tan meme. So, you know, everyone was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this sweatshirt and I'm gonna cosplay Nevada-tan. I'm gonna cover it in blood and fake blood and whatnot. And yeah, like, and they got a lot of messages, people saying like, hey, you know, people are using this sweatshirt to cosplay this kid who murdered another kid. Maybe we should do something about it. So they just stopped it, and I think they redesigned it. And yeah, like they don't sell this one anymore. I think the logo is like redesigned or something. So yeah. By the way, Sona, the term you were looking for was yangire. Oh, yeah, not yandere. Okay, yangire. See, like I always like mix it up. But I see what you mean. I see, because yandere is like girlfriend, right? Like, oh, it's like love interest. Like she's cute to the love interest, but then like, oh, she also can torture the love interest. What did they think it was a good idea to cosplay her? Who knows? Because I think a lot of people just didn't know. They maybe thought like, oh, this is a creepypasta. I think a lot of people just didn't bother to kind of dig into it. A lot of people did, and they still cosplayed her because they thought it was a great idea and ha ha ha. And, you know, something to laugh about. I don't know. But I think a lot of people just saw the meme, the artworks, and they were like, oh, this must be a cool character. Oh, this is a character from a creepypasta. Oh, let me just cosplay her. I think a lot of people just also didn't realize that this is an actual case, and they decided to cosplay, right? And sounds about right. Reminds me of how that girl that live streamed her. Oh, okay, her unaliving herself also became a big meme too. I think I know about this case. I don't know if I don't think I've covered this case before, but I know what you mean. I know which one you mean. So whoever has the old one could sell it for a lot, just a fact. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know nothing, okay? I know nothing about this. Don't do this. I would advise you just to not do this, because just don't. Just don't. If you have that sweatshirt, it's just a sweatshirt, okay? Just don't. I mean, then again, an 11-year-old murderer is an outlandish thing to read. People probably thought it was just a crazy story. Yeah, like as I said, like I think a lot of people also took it as a creepypasta. So they didn't really think like, oh, this can't be real, right? Like, oh, this can't be serious. It must be like some creepypasta from Japan, and maybe like they're promoting a manga or that's upcoming. Whatever. Oh, this is fun. But yeah, again, a lot of people just didn't realize that it was real. The girl, was the Chinese girl who drank acid, right? Wait, was that? Oh, that's the one. Oh, I thought about another one. Wasn't there a girl? Oh no, wait, I mixed it up. The other one was like the boyfriend, I think, locked her out in the cold, and she. Yeah, that one was crazy. Like, there's another case. Bro, I wouldn't waste my time. I was just 12 in 2013. I know, like, I mean, that's. I would say like that's the kind of normal behavior at 12, right? Like, oh, at 11, 12, like you just care about toys, homework, playing with friends. I don't know, like collecting Beanie Babies. Oh my god, I'm old. Dear god, I'm old. Okay, so collecting Barbies. I don't know. My Little Pony. I am old. Listen, I am old. I am disconnected from that. I was 12 a while ago. I was 12 quite a minute ago. So, FEARSONA, fun fact: Battle Royale can't be made today because of Hunger Games. Oh yeah, but Battle Royale was first. Yeah. Well, it could be. It could be. I think they could make it. No, they didn't make it because they made a drama, right? Battle Royale, and yeah, like, but Hunger Games was later. Hunger Games can just like can suck it, like, because it was released later, so they can just go and cry in the corner. I don't know. Also, Beyblades used to be popular back in the. Oh yeah, Beyblades. And like Play-Doh, I don't know. Am I just mixing it up? Oh, listen, I always wanted Play-Doh. I always wanted a Play-Doh set. Okay, let me just change my music because this is depressing. This is pretty gruesome. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, let's get back to post-mortem talk. Y'all remember Cabbage Patch Kids? Okay, I never had a Cabbage Patch Kid because I guess it wasn't like popular in Poland. Also, like whenever I look at the pictures of that toy, it just freaks me out. It looks weird. I mean, I know it was trendy, like I guess in the States it was pretty big, right? But like they always like freak me out. Didn't they like eat something? Like as in like you could just put something in their mouth and they ate it? And I saw some videos of like the Cabbage Patch Kids like the mouth, like someone's like they eat someone's hair and it's just like, oh, it's like I saw a video of like a girl holding the doll and the doll started eating her hair and it was crazy. Like it just pulled her hair in. Battle Royale is older than Hunger Games, and Hunger Games does not hold a monopoly on death games fiction. That is true. Yeah, like as I said, like I'm confused because like yeah, if it's older then they can absolutely do it. Like the Hunger Games cannot, you know, they can't stop them because they're like, okay, well, you're not the original. Like, as in, Hunger Games are not the original. Cabbage Patch Kids were discontinued because they were eating the hair. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Because, like, I saw a video of, like, a lady just having, you know, like, holding the doll and the doll started, like, eating. And this was an adult person. This was an adult woman. And she got her hair tangled in a Cabbage Patch Kid mouth, which I mean, yeah. And also wait, Sona, you talked about this one time, hair and fingies. Did I talk about it in the this? Oh yeah, I did. The Burger King one, I think. Oh, Oh, wait, no, I talked about it in, I think in the toys, the dangerous toys stream. I did have a stream on Patreon where I was talking about like the murders, the deadly toys. Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Yeah, I forgot. Because I remember like I talked about like McDonald's toys and like, oh, the Pokemon. Oh, the Pokemon one too. Damn. Checked when the movie became public domain. Oh. So in 2029, want to have a King Kong watch along? Oh! Well, I mean, I guess in 5 years. We're on. We're on in 5 years for King Kong. Have you seen the Korean horror movie called The Wailing? I have not. I am scared. I'm scared of Korean horror movies. I'm scared of Asian horror movies because they are so much worse than like European or like Western horror movies or American horror movies. They're so much worse. I think that was the Botleg Beyblade Shy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Dangerous Toy Stream. Yeah. Like it was Burger King toy. Like there was also Pokemon toy. Definitely, yeah. Yeah, the Pokemon toy was just crazy. Yeah, that was the Burger King thing. Ju-on is so much more freaky than The Grudge. No thanks. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I watched Ju-on and it's just like the Ring also, like Ringo, the Japanese one. Oh God, don't know. I mean, if you're not afraid of like horror movies, like Asian horror movies, then oh my God, the Thai horror movies from Thailand are like, you guys should watch those because like, yeah, there are some freaky stuff. Like Thai horror movies are just insane. Taiwanese ones are not bad too, but I don't watch them as often because I'm a chicken. Okay, so the end of the week, everyone. Hey, so we've survived. We have survived this week, and I did have some nightmares, but that's okay. Some sleepless nights. No worries, no biggie. I can survive this. I haven't planned what to do next week yet, but I know that the event for my Patreon members, so the you know, like the one with prizes, with this prize, is gonna be on the 31st of May. So evening 31st of May. And I will release like the details. I'm gonna announce the details. If it's gonna be a true crime quiz or something else where there's gonna be like one winner and this person is gonna receive some goodies. I think I'm gonna do 3. So like one person is gonna receive the acrylic stand and the gaming pad. So this gaming pad, and 2 people are gonna just receive acrylic stand. I think I'm gonna make like 3 winners, sort of. And then, but besides that, you can still get the wallpaper. If you're interested in the wallpaper, you can still get it. Yeah. Wait, you got attacked by geese? Shy? Yeah, geese are assholes. Geese are spawns of Satan. They're like chihuahuas, but birds. But geese. You have faced worse things, Sona. You're a tough girl. I am not. I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken. I just pretend. This was all a pretend. You guys don't know that by now? You don't know me yet? Of course I pretend. I pretend to be tough. But I shit my pants every time. But yeah, let's see. I do like, okay, that is not to say I don't like scary stuff, because I still find true crime cases and those scary cases and even scary videos fascinating. Am I still a chicken and am I still afraid when I talk about it or watch videos? Absolutely. 100%. I'm a chicken. I'm pissing my pants while watching scary videos, and then I'm having nightmares about them, and you betcha I'm sleeping with lights on. But yeah, she's pretending to be a person who pretends to be tough. Pretendingception. Oh my god. A brave chicken, so yeah. I'm the bravest chicken in the world. It's okay, because we watch it together. That's true. That's true. You guys are... See, this is why it's so imperative for you guys to be here when I watch scary videos, or when I do scary stuff, or when I talk about scary cases, because the emotional support. I need that. I need it from you guys. Otherwise, I cannot go through it. And yeah. So yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. Again, oh, mind you, please don't feel obligated to join Patreon, you know? That's bonus content. There's always gonna be free content on my YouTube channel. If you are not financially able to, you know, join Patreon, please don't force yourself. Like, just, you know, just take care of your life. It's okay. As I said, this is all, like, Patreon is all bonus content, which is nice. Obviously, I'm super happy to see you guys there in Patreon streams. I'm happy that you guys like the wallpapers, the events, all the additional stuff. But there's always gonna be free content here on my channel, so please enjoy. You're already supporting me a lot by subscribing to my channel, by liking the videos, by commenting, and yeah, like I appreciate it every single day. Thank you. And that's why there are Scooby snacks. Scooby snacks are just weed. Come on now. And Sona is like Scooby-Doo, always afraid, but push forward. Yeah. Because no, I don't want to say like I'm high, because I'm not. Because that's illegal here in Taiwan, so yeah. Okay. And Shy, thank you so much for the super. Imagine if we all just didn't talk while Sona is watching Skip. Please, no! Please talk. Please talk. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I'm gonna be like, I am alone in this stream. Which I would still do it. I would still do it. Would I be more afraid? Yeah. Yes. Yes, I would be afraid. Would I still do... Actually, I would think about whether or not I would do it. I think I would, like, quit. I'll be like, okay, well, I mean, no one's watching. I can... you know, no one's here with me to watch with me. So, like, I'm too afraid to do it alone. And does Sona want a Sona snack? That's matcha latte, yes. Yes, 100 times. Lol, just in the chat. Just dot. Why? Why you guys torture me so? And we are watching you silly, just not communicating. No. But that's I need the messages. New quest, scare Sona for our own amusement. What the hell? No! Oh my god. That would be so weird. Just seeing the dots in the chat and nothing else. Don't do this to me, please. Would Sona watch a spooky video for 2 Sona snacks? For 2 matcha lattes? I guess so. That's quite a lot, actually. You mean Velma, don't you? That show should only exist as an example of what not to do. Oh yeah, that show is just a fail. Also, like, recently someone made an animation with, like, Scooby-Doo in the show. And it was like, oh, this Scooby just kind of... There was, like, a flashback. It was pretty good. Like, I actually thought, like, oh, this would have been so much better. They should have done this. In Velma. Like, oh, Scooby is like a monster or something. And yeah, the real monster. No! Guys, please. So we are considered the Watchers. The Watcher. All hail the Watcher. That came out a year ago. Oh, did it? I didn't know. Like, I've been seeing it recently a lot on my timeline. That's why. John... Why? Oh my god. I mean, thank you for the super, but also... That's scary. That is scary. Why? 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 No! Also, Silverjack. Okay, this is weird. Please. Like, that's weird to see those supers, but Silverjack has been a member for 20 months. Thank you. And Shy, another creepy super. Thank you. Thank you. Question mark. I guess. Oh god. Have you taken a look at Ghost Trick? I really think you should. I haven't yet. I'm so sorry. I had too much to do this week to, you know, for the cases and stuff. So yeah, I really need to, like, sit down to games for next week maybe. Also, Shy Shy a member for 14 months, so over a year. And with a creepy message, and IDK Bacon too, with a creepy message. What the hell? Why? Where are we? Why are we just to suffer? Oh no! I love that the chat has just devolved to make Sona feel alone. Yet, Supa's just flying in. I know, right? Like, just 3 dots. What the? Why? Don't you guys want to like send a message in a Supa? Since you're paying for the Supa, that would be nice. You know? Why? Eric also a member for 14 months and also with a creepy Supa with a smiling face, because why not? Just 3. Oh my god, why? Gone why? Oh. And Aaron says, if you're interested in Giallo? What? Guys, please stop the madness. Stop the madness. Gone and Shy, thank you for Supas with a weird, just creepy message. Just no message at all. And Alberto, member for 9 months. And an emoji. And IDK Bacon, also a Supa without a message. Why? To re-enter the chat, initiate a ritual to summon the Doom Slayer, to summon a Doom Chihuahua, I guess. And Sunny Rainy Day too? Why? Guys, okay. This is creepy. This is creeping me out. This is scary. Dude, this would scare me, like, I mean, it is. It's weird seeing. Dot. Oh no. Okay, it's weird. Honestly, it's weird seeing just Supas with like 3 dots. That's strange. And messages. I am a real person, trust me. What else? Oh, I do have a fun fact. Okay, I know that I give you guys a lot of fun facts with like cats. And here's another one. So apparently ancient Egyptians would shave off their eyebrows to mourn the death of their cats, and continue to mourn the death of their favorite cat until their eyebrows grew back. But here's the plot twist, because I know this from my friend's experience. Eyebrows do not always grow back. Like, my friend shaved off her eyebrow for some stupid... don't ask me, I don't know. Like, we were in high school, it was dumb. And then it didn't grow back. It literally did not. One of her eyebrows just didn't grow back. Like, not the whole thing, but like it was patchy. Some patches did not grow back. So yeah, like, just be, you know, that was very awkward. It was very awkward later, because she was just like, yeah, it's been a long time and this eyebrow is not growing back as it's supposed to. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have done something stupid. And she's like, I know, but it was fun. And I'm like, yeah, was it worth it? No. Okay. So yeah, Egyptians just mourn their cats by shaving their eyebrows. What does that have to do with the cats? Because the cats don't have eyebrows, but they have fur. Generally speaking, unless it's like Sphinx cat. But they generally have fur, so they technically have eyebrows all the time. On their whole face. Will you do a case on the Mad Gasser of Maton? I did! I have covered that case already. I think, did I do it on Patreon? I might have done that one on Patreon, or I don't remember. Was it? Because I'm pretty sure I definitely did the case of the Mad Gasser. So that case was covered. But I might revisit, because it's been a while. It's been like several years, I think, like 2 years. Also, Jose silently eating a sandwich. Thank you, Jose. Enjoy your sandwich. This is pre-recorded chat. No, it's not. No, it's not. Sona, get back. Sona can get back to at us. Sona, fun fact, trails off and just stares at us for like 20 minutes. I mean, I can do it. Can I do it without blinking? I can possibly do it without blinking. Wait. Never mind, now I have to sneeze. Oh, Jesus, okay. Hey, my chat went through. What? Yay! I mean, it did, right? Have you covered the smiley face killer? I have. I have smiley face murders. This is like a whole connection, like a whole web of like possibly different killers. Like, oh, just maybe like it's kind of like a criminal underbelly, and it's like a network of killers that just started following the smiley face killing spree or whatever, like the style. I wish I had that superpower of not having eyebrows to grow back. Trimming my unibrow parts every week is annoying. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I have to... I'm sorry. Excuse me. Underbelly. So, I mean, I when it comes to unibrow, or just like plucking out eyebrows, I highly recommend what is it called? What is it called? Oh my god, the thing that you wait. What is it called? Bless you. Thank you. Bless. But also wait. What is the thingy called? Oh my god, I am having my brain is not functioning right now. My brain cells are endangered species. Tweezers. Oh my god. That's congratulations to me for what thingy? The thingy to pluck your eyebrows. Tweezers, I think. Did I not see your super, Dorothy? Sorry, I'm sorry. Did I not? Wait. Wait, is it? I don't see it. Wait, hold up. Because I'm so sorry. Did it not go through? I think it didn't go through. Let me see. Let me check. No? Oh, I saw it now. Okay. What do you call a salty German? A sauerkraut? No! Oh, okay, I saw it now. Now it came through. It just came through. Oh no. Tweezers are what you're thinking of. Yeah, tweezers. The metal pinchy thingies. Yeah, the pinchy thingy. That one I recommend. Tweezy Weezy. Oh my. Damn puns. Dorothy, good pun. I think a leprechaun wants you as his bride. If you've seen Leprechaun 2, you might get the reference. Oh my god. I haven't, but I know what you're talking about. And Sona's face was sneezing. Yeah, just... Alright. Okay, chat. Thank you so much for today. I think that's it. Well, the case was not that long, you know, it's not a complicated... It's not a very complicated case, but definitely very disturbing. You can, you know, you watch the stream. If you're late to the stream, you've missed the case, but the video is gonna stay on my channel, so you can check it out and listen to the case after the stream is done. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. You guys stay safe out there. Always lock your doors and windows. Bury your haxes. And until the next time, bye. Why? Shy and Bacon, why? The creepy supas do not stop. The creepy messages do not, why? Okay, well, fun facts, I guess 2 fun facts. One fun fact is that ferrets sleep between 18 and 20 hours a day. They sleep through their whole fucking life. The other fun fact is that let me just continue with cats because they're assholes, but cats enjoy music that uses similar frequencies to those used to communicate with other cats. So they're just like, don't get me started. Like, Janet, turn off that Taylor Swift. I fucking hate it. Don't get me started on it. It doesn't vibe with me. Turn something on. Like, play something else. Also gone, why? What other? Oh yeah, okay. I got another fun fact. Okay, another fun fact is that at least 2 years take for an oyster to produce a medium-sized pearl. So oysters are always at work. They took 2 years. They take 2 years to produce one pearl. That takes commitment. That's some commitment. That's some hard work. Okay, that's it. You guys, thank you so much for today. Thank you for all the creepy message. This is indeed a tradition now to send creepy soupas, I guess, at the end of the stream for fun facts. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there for the next stream, which is gonna be most likely on Wednesday. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. And yeah, stay safe, stay warm. Jose, no! Okay. One more fun fact. Fido was Abraham Lincoln's dog, and he was also assassinated. Doggo! No! Yeah, so Abe Lincoln's dog was also assassinated, sadly, unfortunately. R.I.P. Doggo, forever in our heart. Forever in our hearts, Fido. Fido? I guess it's Fido. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. You guys stay safe, stay warm, stay away from scary videos unless you're watching them with me, and because I need emotional support, and that's it. So I'll see you guys the next time.